We are back with another travel vlog. That's right, we finally took a week away and got down to the south to Tennessee and North Carolina. We were in Tennessee and North Carolina for a total of about 6 days. So I hope you enjoyed this little vlog and follow along for more. It is 10:30 in the morning. We got up at 4. Well, actually, we got up at 2 this morning to be at the airport at 4. And we're in Nashville now. So we're super excited. Let's go. The fact Nashville has a replica of the Parthenon is so funny to me, but most of the day was just spent window shopping and getting good food while walking around the city. If you know anything about me and Eli, it's that we're not big drinkers, we're not big partiers, so it's really actually hilarious that every single time that we pick a vacation, we're going to these places that are known for bar hopping and clubbing and all of these nightlife activities that we don't really do. With that being said, we do fill our time pretty well with other activities that we like to do. So we went to a lot of antique shops while we were in Nashville and just throughout Tennessee. And we also just stopped at a bunch of restaurants. Something we noticed about the antique stores down south is that they have so many different things than the ones up here in the north. The ones down south seem to have more big things like furniture, whereas the ones up north seem to have more like paper goods like old magazines. We actually didn't stay directly in Nashville. It was a little more expensive, and we did want to get a little bit farther out from the city just to avoid the chaos. So we stayed in Goodlettsville, which is only about 20 minutes away. Found really cute food there and also took a little drive around the neighborhood. On day 2, we were really into doing more of the touristy things. So we got up bright and early, went to the Buttermilk Ranch right in 12 South, that cute little neighborhood, and did some window shopping as well in that area. But the Buttermilk Ranch was literally like one of the stars of the show. The food was so good. I got the dirty southern fried rice. Eli got the Benny, which came on these 2 square croissants, and we also got a cannoli to share. After that, just explored 12 South. It is so adorable. There's all these little trinket shops, vintage shops, and like everything that you could want. It really does feel like a for the girls neighborhood, and I absolutely love that. After 12 South, we headed to Opryland, and of course Eli found the model train store because trains, but we didn't actually make it to the Grand Ole Opry on this trip, and I'll explain why in a second. So the reason that we didn't make it to the Grand Ole Opry, which we definitely will go back to Nashville just to do that, is because the 2 days that we were in Nashville, they were actually sold out / really expensive. The first day was Jelly Roll's induction into the Grand Ole Opry, and the second day was Dancing with the Stars. So that was kind of just the luck we had, but we did make our way to the Country Music Hall of Fame and Museum, which was really cool. The amount of memorabilia and history in this building is absolutely insane. Plus, of course, the Taylor Swift Education Center I was obsessed with. I absolutely love the fashion in this museum. It was so cool to just step back in time and see all of these really awesome fashions that people who are so famous wore. We also got the RCA Studio B tour, which is attached to this. I did not take any videos there because we were not allowed to, but it was really cool to see where thousands and thousands of hit songs were recorded, including a bunch of songs by Elvis. Overall, this was a really great day, especially because it was a little bit rainy outside, so spending the day inside in a museum was literally the best option I think we could have done. Despite the rain, we did actually go to an ice cream place because I really wanted a homemade ice cream. Something I love about vacation is just finding the places for desserts. Like, I'm not eating desserts every single day in my normal life, so being able to have that opportunity is really fun. The next day, we got up pretty early because we were making our way across the state. We had to head towards Pigeon Forge because the next day we were going to go to Dollywood, but Eli wanted to make a cute little stop in Kentucky because it's actually not that far away. So we stopped in an antique store in Kentucky. The people were so nice, and they had some really great finds. So day 3 was really just a travel day for us. Fun fact though is that the time zones actually change midway through Tennessee, which we completely did not realize. And when we hit the certain point in Tennessee, we realized, oh my God, we lost an hour, which was kind of insane to do. It was all good though. Eli's partner at work actually has lived in the South, and he told us that we had to go to Buc-ee's to pick him something up, so we made our way there for the first time. Hello, it is day 3. We are at Buc-ee's, and we're heading east to Knoxville, but Eli's getting gas, and then we're gonna go inside and get Frank something. Buc-ee's really was quite an adventure. Like, I don't know if people know this reference. Obviously, if you're from Maine, you probably do, or if you've ever been to Maine, but it felt like a Rennie's meets a gas station. It was kind of crazy. I didn't realize there was going to be so much merch, but it was just really, really fun to wander around, and we actually spent a lot more time in Buc-ee's than I thought. After our Buc-ee's adventure, we were back on the road. We made our way over to Knoxville, Tennessee, which is known for the Sun Sphere, really cool, and we also got a milkshake at Cruz Farms. It was so buttery and delicious, and I got the really fun flavor, which was like a lavender honey flavor, and Eli got a Coca-Cola float. After that, we spent some time shopping in Knoxville, just kind of window shopping. We didn't really buy a whole lot on this trip, to be honest with you, but we did find some really cool things. We actually decided not to stay in Knoxville overnight. We stayed in Townsend, which is kind of more southern, because we figured that people coming to Dollywood the next day would be mostly coming from Knoxville, so we were trying to avoid the traffic. Townsend was quite nice, actually. It was very peaceful and quiet, which I think was a reprieve from the busyness of the cities that we'd all been to. And we woke up to this beautiful, beautiful Smoky Mountain view. So day 4 came around and we headed over to Dollywood. It was opening day. No, we did not see Dolly. I was so upset. She was there, but unfortunately we got the time of the parade wrong, and so we missed her by like 20 minutes. But it is okay. We still got to go on a lot of rides, see a lot of different things, and eat some good food. Honestly, this was some of the better park food that I've ever had, and the prices here were pretty decent. I mean, at Disney, I'm thinking like $60, $70 for a sweatshirt, and at Dollywood, they were between like $35 and $50, depending on the material. The cool thing about Dollywood too is it's very music centric, so there's a lot of different shows just happening throughout the day. We did get to see Heidi Parton, who is Dolly Parton's niece, so I can say I have 1 degree of separation from Dolly Parton. And of course we got the world famous cinnamon bread from Dollywood. There's also this eagle sanctuary at Dollywood, which I was not expecting, but it was really cool to see, and a bunch of history as well. Like Dolly's house, her childhood home, is literally at Dollywood, like a replica that her brothers built, and I believe her mother did the interior design of, so that's also a really fun thing to see. Overall, there's just a lot of variety of the things you can do, from the experiences that you can have to the rides to the food. It is a great time. The next day, we spent driving through the Great Smokey Mountains and really enjoying nature. The national parks are always so stunning, and this did not disappoint. We personally just drove through the Great Smokey Mountain National Park, but there are amazing hikes here. I do think that if we were going to do hikes, we would have to take like an entire week to do them, or a couple of days at the minimum, get an earlier start, do all of that jazz, just because there's so much to see. But don't you worry, if you're just driving through like us, you won't miss too much. There are still rivers, creeks, and lots of gorgeous mountain views for you to see. I also think that by far one of the coolest things is that the Tennessee and North Carolina line is actually in the park. So there is a overlook that showcases right where that line is. I honestly think that this national park would be absolutely stunning in the fall with all the foliage. Considering how many trees are on these mountains, I'm sure that it would be colorful and beautiful right around that time of year. Once we came out of the Great Smokey Mountain National Park, we did a little bit more antique shopping. We went to this place called the Antique Tobacco Barn right in Asheville, North Carolina, and it was so big. After that, we hit up Chai Pani, which is also in Asheville, North Carolina. It is a Indian street food restaurant, and it was so good. The next day, we explored Asheville a little bit. We went to the historical spots, we went to the downtown area, and then we also went antiquing again because, of course, we love antiquing. One of the places we went had this huge room that just had all of these vintage clothes in it, and I was absolutely obsessed. I ended up not buying anything, but it was really cool to just walk around the stalls and see what every vendor had to offer. And of course, we had to get a sweet treat, the last one of the trip, so we stopped at Sunshine Sammy's for these delicious ice cream sandwiches. We had dinner with Eli's cousins the last night. They live in Asheville, so it was really fun to see them. And then bright and early in the morning, right at 6 a.m., we flew back home to Boston and then got on the train to Maine. Thanks for joining.